Alright, welcome back to another episode of the Wellington Dirt Detective. This time we really don't have too much of a plan today. We're at the Native American honey hole. We might do some metal detecting by the schoolhouse site, maybe some bottle digging, and we'll check the fields a bit for some Native American artifacts, see what we come up with. But we'll get into it, we'll get a good video up for you. Alright, see you in the first good one. Alright, well, just wanted to show you guys something real quick. I'm out here at my Native American campsite that I dig quite a bit. And I get asked all the time, how do you know where to dig? Well, I'll show you. So you want a flat, elevated land near a water source just out of the floodplain. So there's the creek down here where I do a lot of my sifting and find tons of artifacts. I don't know if you can see the creek down there. So we got near a water source, flat elevated land, just out of the floodplain. You see my sifting stand right there that I usually use for sifting. And then you start looking around for flakes. I mean, look at all this material that I've found. I've been up here maybe 20 minutes, just moving some of these leaves around and finding flakes. Look for debutage. Look at all that. Weird pieces of flint. So then we start probing. Might be hard to do holding this camera at the same time, but hear that grit? Probably in a fire pit. Hear that? Perfect spot. So we're gonna be there. I got a little past it. When you hear that thump, that's where you know where to dig. So this is gonna be one of my future dig sites right here. But the ground's pretty saturated right now. We've had tons of rain, so that spot right there is gonna be a future dig spot, maybe in the next couple videos. So flat elevated land near a water source just out of the floodplain. Look for debutage. All right, well, I'll bring you back in. I think we're gonna do some metal detecting up in the field today near the schoolhouse. So I'm gonna head up there, see what we get into. All right. All right, I'm gonna be making my way up to where the schoolhouse was, do some metal detecting. But on my way up there, found this big boy piece of worked off piece of flint there. Got a looks like a piece of a broken banner stone, maybe. You can see where it's been drilled out right there a little bit. Busted though. But I think I might have our first point sitting right here. Look at that right there. There's just flint flakes everywhere. Can't even pick them all up. But there's a point right there. This property is just littered with artifacts. Look at that. Another Coshocton flint. Oh, dropped it. And there's just flakes everywhere. Once this field gets disked up, damn, I keep dropping it. But that is awesome. I mean, just look at the working on that. That is got a couple ear dings on the bottom with that point. It's just amazing. That is so cool. I'm gonna drop it again. Just gonna try to hold it up to the sun here. That is so sweet. Hell yeah, dude. Alright, let's make our way up to where the schoolhouse was, do some metal detecting. Let's hit it. Alright, well, we're out here metal detecting where the old schoolhouse used to be. And I metal detected this section where the schoolhouse once stood for years. And I just popped a pretty cool little button here. First I thought it had initials on it, but I think that's a little crown on there. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's definitely 1800's little button. Looks like the shank's missing off the back of it. But that's a pretty slick little button. Yeah, it looks like it's got a little crown on it. That is sweet. Rang up about a 10 on the Equinox. So, always dig low tones. Alright, cool. We'll see you on the next one. Alright. I was going along, got myself a suspender clip. That's pretty sweet. I have to clean this up a little bit here. Just don't want to break it. Not sure it has any designs on it or anything that way, but man, that's definitely what that is. That is sweet. It's been a relic kind of day. We'll spray her down with a little bit of water and see if we got any designs on it. But that's cool. Yeah, let's give this thing a little clean up here. If I can find the water. Hell yeah. It's got any type of design on it. I don't think that it does. Kind of hard to hold the GoPro and clean this up at the same time. It sure is muddy. I don't want to break it. Yeah, I'm not really seeing a design on it. Well, that is cool. Might have a little fancy on the bottom of it there. It looks like it's got like a little flower right there or something. Right there in this kind of center. But well, that's pretty sweet. Alright, we'll take that. That's definitely 1800's. Alright, bring it back in and find anything else. Let's keep going. Alright. Alright, yeah, it's definitely a pocket watch. That is sweet. Try to get all more of the mud off of it. The old pants rub. That's cool. If I tried to open this thing, it would probably fall apart. So I ain't even gonna try to open it. I'll have to get it home, clean it up a little bit more, see if I can find like a patent date on it or something that way. But that is cool. Yeah, buddy. Got some pretty good relics today. I haven't seen any coins or anything that way yet, but we'll take that all day. Hell yeah. That is sweet. Hell yeah. That'll go nice in the collection of pocket watches that I got going on at home. Alright, we're gonna keep on mulling away here and see what else we got for you. Turned out to be a good day. Hell yeah. Alright, well I got something here. I first thought it was a little button, but it's not a button. It's hold in the center. I'm not sure if you could actually, probably can't read that, but it says Pat, October 14th, 1862. I'm not sure what that's off of. Yeah, it's got a hole in the center of it. It's not a shank like where a button would be. There's nothing on the reverse side of it. I'm not sure what that is off of. Yeah, that's weird. This is October 14th, 1862. That's crazy. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to research that one a little bit. Yep, this is 1862 right there. That's pretty sweet. Not really sure what it is, but we'll take something from 1862. Hell yeah. Alright, let's keep going.